and Little Dot? Did you ever notice that there are references to Vermont and New York's North Country drawn in? Well, that's because the man who gave life to those cartoon characters lives in Essex, New York.
As a result, I used to amuse myself by getting in local characters, the local milkman, the Willsboro bowling alley. And speaking of getting in some local characters, I got a WCAX TV Channel 3 in one of the comic books. I used to have a lot of fun with the Lake Champlain Transportation Company's ferries.
Sid Couchey started drawing his characters in the mid-1950s and on up into the 1970s. They were popular worldwide, and part of their success was that each had a memorable characteristic.
They all had gimmicks around which all stories were based. Richie was the world's richest boy, and little Lotta was one of the world's great eaters, and she was strong, and Little Dot had a penchant for polka dots. And
Couchey freelanced for Harvey Publications, and about 10 years ago, when they stopped putting out the comic books, it could have been the end of Couchey's cartooning. Instead, a new character came along, the Little Rascal, and he gets along quite well with Couchey's old favorites.
I have a friend who would like to, who has met Rascal, as a matter of fact, and would like to bring his greetings and give old Rascal a high five. A high five, I should say. And these two guys get along very well together. As a matter of fact, old Richie supports what Rascal is doing in Vermont.
There's a big difference between drawing for a comic book and animating a video cartoon.
The theory is that you draw a background and then you add your figures on an acetate overlay, and just to give you some idea of what is involved in terms of drawing anyway, from my perspective, for the 30 seconds that you see Rascal on screen in his little commercial, the first one took me over 400 drawings. And so for one thing, you work hard.
For a man who's been cartooning all his life, Couchey still considers his skill a gift.
So I know I'm just thankful to have that ability, and I couldn't visualize myself doing anything else.
Marianne Brady, Channel 3 News, Essex, New York.
The cartoonist is Sid Couchey, the photographer.